Many of us have joined a movement to take down the Confederate flag. That's a mistake. Why would you take down the Confederate flag? The Confederate flag is one of the last symbols that are visible that stand essentially for white supremacy. We have continuously trained our enemies to be better racists. If we can use the term racist. Don't get me wrong, I understand the misnomer racist. But they're the bottom rung of the white supremacists. They're like the drug dealer on the street. You think if you take the drug dealer on the street out, then you're going to stop the drug game? They just going to replace that low-level person with somebody else. But at least if you keep the low-level drug dealer around, you can find out who those, at least in middle management, are. And if you're lucky, you can trace that to upper management. And you can find out who is the source of your problem. But if you get rid of all of the symbols of white supremacy, then essentially what you're doing is removing the target. It was a mistake for us to convince the Klan to take off the white robes. I saw a special on TV the other day where they're trying to humanize the Klan. The Klan said, it was some representatives of the Klan were saying that television and the movies are giving them a bad name. But it's our blood that you let flow all throughout the 20th century and beyond that's giving you a bad name. But we made a mistake by encouraging you and convincing you, and some would say making you, take off the white robe. When you go to the firing range, you got a target and you know what to aim at when you're at the firing range. Well, isn't the white hood, the white robe, isn't that a target? But you didn't look at it like that. When you remove the target, you don't know what to fire at. So now one of the last remaining targets, you want to remove the target so that your friends and your enemies look the same. You don't know who to shoot if you wanted to shoot. Huh? You don't know who to attack if you wanted to attack, because they all look the same, right? But you can't take off your symbol. Your symbol is your skin color. And I know that some of us are so intellectually advanced now, so morally advanced. We've evolved to a higher, supreme level of understanding. So we'll say it don't have nothing to do with color. In an ideal world, you're right. That's in an ideal world. But this isn't an ideal world. This is the real world, not an ideal world. And so we deal in reality, not in fantasy. We all one people, but we the ones getting slaughtered. Huh? Didn't we just go through this with Trayvon? Didn't we just go through this with Eric Garner? Didn't we just go through this with Mike Brown, Tamir Rice, John Crawford? The list goes on and on and on. Didn't we just go through this with all them? Huh? Y'all want to make it just a South Carolina thing. They got the Confederate flag up in South Carolina. Eric Garner didn't live in South Carolina. Tamir Rice didn't live in South Carolina. It ain't about one little state. It ain't about no damn Confederate flag. Leave the damn flag up. Let them fly the flag. At least that way we'll be able to identify either the white supremacist, him or herself, or the ally of white supremacy, him or herself. It's a mistake to remove the target when you're finally ready to get up and do something. And the last thing, I'm trying to keep this quick because we already touched on South Carolina. But they keep saying we coming together in solidarity in South Carolina. Didn't we just tell you yesterday that you need to get some new teammates? We coming together in solidarity for peace, but we not coming together in solidarity to deal with the beast. Huh? When you go to Iraq, white supremacists, black, brown, red, yellow, and white supremacists, when you go to Iraq, are you fucking marching, praying? No, you over there dropping bombs. Afghanistan, dropping bombs. Wherever you are in foreign land, and you got to deal with somebody. You use bullets and bombs and planes, grenades and things. But right here, when you're dealing with your enemy, well, we're going to let the law handle it. Yeah, you know, God forgives everyone. But when we go somewhere else, where's the forgiveness? Black people over here chilling, and your white enemies, your white supremacist enemies, are still killing. You over here praying, and they slaying. You over here maxing and relaxing, and they steadily taxing that ass. But you trying to convince them, in the light of what happened in South Carolina, to take down a Confederate flag, like that got something to do with it. The white supremacists have been trained by us to be better white supremacists, better racists, to trade their Ku Klux Klan uniform for a police uniform. Huh? For a shirt and tie so they can tell more lies. For a seat in the court. For a seat in the White House. We've trained them to be better racists, and we continue to do so. Allow them to keep the Confederate flag. And let's encourage them to put that white rag back on. Huh? The Ku Klux Klan was only one secret society, white supremacist secret society. Only one. And now there's so many other white supremacy secret societies that you don't know nothing about. Y'all stuck in 1920, 1960. And y'all thinking the issue is a damn white robe and a motherfucking flag. Excuse my language, but you get fed up with profanity. Does he have to cuss? Oh my God. I'm trying to listen to the point, but he keeps cussing. It's distracting me. But you're not distracted by their actions. You're not tired and frustrated with their actions. I can cuss all throughout this video, and you'll turn the video off because you're disgusted with my language. You're turned off by my language. But how many of you are turned off by the white supremacists enough to come together in solidarity, not in peace, but to deal with the beast? This has been Daku Akabo wa Akatu.